I am having a very frustrating day. And yeah, I'm still a little sick. And yeah, I'm dealing with some personal relationship nonsense. But here's the thing, the vast majority of what is frustrating to me today has to do with things that are completely within my control, namely scrolling and just being distracted by all sorts of bullshit. And there have been times in my life where I have been able to work all day on things that were meaningful to me. And I think that I still can to some extent, but I also have to understand that the actions and the patterns that I'm taking on a daily basis are going to have a huge amount of influence over the likelihood of the next day. Meaning, if I'm in a pattern of being distracted and scrolling through bullshit, then I'm far more likely to keep repeating that pattern. And so at this stage of my life, I need to find ways to set up my systems so that they are much more conducive to the actions that I actually want to take rather than just opening up my laptop and playing Reddit roulette. Because I'm sick of this shit, man. Like there's never a day that I've scrolled through nonsense for 4 hours and then been like, oh, I'm really glad I did that. And I could make excuses. I could be like, oh, it's the ADHD. I don't fucking care. I just want it to be done. And I never ever want to feel like this again. And while I need to realize that I am not going to outsmart or out willpower the giant supercomputer that's pointed at my brain, at least not right this second at this stage of my life, I need to set up my systems so that the things that I know that I need to do to create the future that I want in the long run are as actionable for me as possible. And in today's case, more importantly, the things that are easier for me to do are like scrolling, the easy dopamine. I need to make that as hard as possible to initiating the process of scrolling and mitigate that distraction. So for day 2 of the 100-day challenge, the action item is, how do I find a way to take back my attention and my time just a little bit? So for me today, this was installing the cold turkey suite of apps on my laptop. I have no financial affiliation with this company. Their whole package of things was like $50 for a lifetime deal, which seemed reasonable to me. There's also the Freedom app, and then I have something similar for my phone called ScreenZen. There are options out there, right? And there's all sorts of different ways that you can approach this, but I would challenge you to think about, okay, what is one step that I can take so that I can actually do the things that I want to do the things that I need to do, not the things that I'm compulsively scrolling through. Because I would imagine that I'm probably not the only one who's facing this problem. And so maybe for you, it looks like setting some screen time on your phone or installing the Unhook extension for YouTube. Whatever it looks like, I challenge you to do that. And while I'm tempted to say that you'll thank me later, you're not going to remember me. Who gives a shit about me? Future you will be very thankful that present you is helping you out. So please do that for me, so that my day of scrolling was not entirely in vain.